Ladies and gentlemen, hi. My name is Wendy and I'm an English teacher from Jitsun Independent High School. The topic of my research is Bridging the Gap, Discord as a viable tool for communicative language teaching, or CLT. The reason behind this research topic comes from a discussion I had with a fellow colleague of mine. We found that out of the four language skills, speaking would be the most challenging one to teach during the COVID-19 pandemic. And this echoes the research done by H.Y. Ying. We found that there's a gap in learning, especially in learning speaking. So I will section my presentation into four main parts. First, I'm going to talk about the introduction, why Discord for CLT, a literature review that includes some background studies, analysis that includes findings and discussions, and finally, a conclusion, which also comes with suggestions for future studies. Let's go. So, introduction. Why Discord for CLT? What is CLT? CLT focuses on communicative competence. So classic CLT builds on the works of Noonan, 1991, whereby the focus would be on authentic materials and the inclusion of own learning experiences. The current CLT, or the ones that I refer to, would be this paradigm shift mentioned by Jacobs and Farrell. So, what does this paradigm shift entails? Number one, learner autonomy. We want learners to be able to learn by themselves. The social nature of learning, whereby communication is done in a social setting. Curricular integration, the focus on meaning, diversity, thinking skills, especially higher order thinking skills, alternative assessment, and teachers as co-learners. So understanding what is CLT, let's talk about why Discord. What is Discord? Discord is a voice over internet protocol, or what we call VoIP. It is an instant messaging and digital distribution platform that can be used as an online learning media in learning speaking. So I will be talking more of Ramadan's research in the literature review. So this is what Discord looks like. As you can see over here, Discord is made out of text channels and voice channels. In text channels, students are able to communicate using words, and in voice channels, students can communicate via speaking. So this is a sample clip of what we have done. The research questions that I have listed are these two. Research question number one, how can Discord be used as a tool for CLT? And research question number two, what are the students' experiences with it? So these are the two questions that guide my research. Let's look at part two, literature review. So one background study that I refer to is the one done by Ramawati et al. Ramawati et al. Had based the research in an Indonesian school. And these researchers found that the effects of online learning on speaking skills are, number one, learner anxiety. Students, they become shy or embarrassed to speak, especially in an online setting whereby students are cued to speak. Hey, it is your turn to speak now. Then we wait. So they find this very daunting. Number two, students find it challenging because of the lack of interaction, right? So they are lazy to practice speaking because of that. Next, with these two issues in place, speaking skills would definitely be affected with a decrease in the vocabulary, pronunciation, so on and so forth. So with these issues of speaking in online learning, how do we bridge the gap? I refer to the works of Wen Nguyen. Wen Nguyen found that online CLT, or computer-mediated collaborative learning, it creates an environment for students to interact with one or more collaborating peers to solve this problem. So Van Nguyen have categorized online CLT into two main groups, one being asynchronous and the other one being synchronous. For the purpose of this research, I focus more on synchronous learning. Hence, let's look at what synchronous learning entails. According to Ng, we found that synchronous learning is best used when we want to create a resemblance to face-to-face teaching. It is helpful because it is multimodal, whereby students are able to communicate via text and also chatting via speech. And this would help them with the negotiation of meaning. That is why synchronous learning is being used over here for this research. And finally, the rationale behind Discord as a speaking tool. I refer to the works of Ramadan, and this researcher found that Discord facilitates students in their learning experience because it creates an inclusive, interactive voice channel feature that aids in speaking. Other than that, students are found to be more motivated when they are using the tools because of this conducive and comfortable environment. This leads us to our third part, which is the analysis. Before I go into the analysis, I do like to give more insights as to how these Discord sessions are being done. The structure of these sessions is very informal in nature. So students, they would join in Discord weekly to have practice sessions like debates, discussions, and language games, and more. For the purpose of this research, the methodology that I've engaged is a qualitative methodology. With the two RQs in mind, I've conducted a simple survey, and 7 of my students are willing participants of the survey. Out of the 7 students, I've conducted a semi-structured interview with 4 of the students. After collecting all the data, a final analysis is conducted, and these are the results. To answer research question 1, how Discord can be used as a tool or CLT activities. Number 1, students find that Discord is a great discussion tool. So like what was previously mentioned, there are 2 main channels in a Discord server. One being the voice channels. Voice channels can be created or can be categorized into groups whereby students can join specific voice channels like a Zoom breakout room. So students are able to conduct discussions either in pairs or in small groups or in teams. So it is a great way for them to engage. Secondly, it is a great tool for collaboration because students found that with the text channel, students are able to put information like website links or YouTube videos or other information in the text channel, and the text would remain there unless it is deleted. So compared to other tools like Zoom or Google Meet, whereby the chat box will disappear once the Zoom or Google Meet ends, this helps a lot in collaboration. Next, students find that Discord is a great tool for engagement because when they see their peers participating actively, they would be also motivated to be like their peers. So these are some of the uses of Discord that I have found. To answer RQ2, what are the students' experiences? Here we have listed 4 of these experiences. The first one being students find Discord an easy to use tool. Students find Discord gave them motivation. Students find that they have more confidence after these sessions, especially confidence in speaking. And they find that it is an effective way for them to learn and express themselves. So from the interview, these are some of the transcripts that I have gotten. Student 1 mentioned that he or she prefers online speaking lessons because the feeling of speaking to strangers is new. The reason why this student mentioned speaking to strangers is because this student is new and this student has not met any of the Discord friends in real life. Hence, this student find this experience something that is very useful and helpful when they need to go out into the society. Student 2 prefers online speaking lessons over physical lessons because the student find that it is less scary. So compared to physical lessons whereby students would be placed on a spotlight, students may face issues like stage fright. So student 3 said that I like online speaking lessons because everyone can join. Student 4 attributed it to the sense of anonymity in Discord. So with anonymity, the student find that he or she can speak freely. So this has bridged the gap. But not only that, in my research, I found that it has gone beyond, because I found that 5 out of 7 of my students have actually gone beyond and actually joined other Discord servers to talk to native speakers of English around the world. And this is something that was totally unexpected. We did not expect students to go beyond. At a glance, the results of this research fairly similar to the paradigm shift mentioned by Jacobs and Farrell. Number one, we do have the social nature of it because they are able to speak with students easier. We do have number two, learner autonomy, because students, they are hosting and leading discussions. Number three, we do have thinking skills because some debate topics are pretty challenging and it has pushed them to have deeper discussions. And finally, we have teachers as co-learners. I find myself being intrigued as a role of a facilitator because a lot of times the students, they are teaching the teachers too. In conclusion, online CLT using Discord as a tool can be a viable way because it mimics real-life communication. The majority of the students share positive experiences with its use. But it is not without its sets of challenges because initially we do have spotlight speakers whereby they would dominate the Discord chat. We do face technicalities like poor sound quality or internet issues. So some suggestions for future studies would be bigger sample size, creative use of other tools for CLT, and maybe a more in-depth research on the differences between formal and informal learning for speaking. These are the references that I have referred to, and thank you so much for listening. Do you have any questions?